Hi there, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Aslack, a third year medical student from GMC Manjeri. In this video, I'll be talking about 10 life lessons I got from the year 2021. As always, everything will be time stamped. Feel free to skip around if you feel like it. And I hope you're doing fine. So without further delay, let's get started. Lesson number 1, self-love and respect. Buddha said that you yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserves your love and affection. I hope that sums up the point. So self-love is something that we all overlook these days. It means taking care of your own needs and not sacrificing your own well-being for others. Self-love also means not settling for less than what you deserve. We are constantly running behind others, trying to fit in, trying to be someone else. Stop that. Start doing things that you genuinely enjoy. Give yourself a treat. Watch your favorite movie. Get yourself a good sleep. Eat your favorite meal. Be nice to yourself. And most importantly, start prioritizing yourself. I'm not asking you to cut off all the human relationship and turn into a lone wolf. Instead, what I'm emphasizing is that you find quality time alone and start contemplating your own life. So stop doing the actions that drain you mentally. So in the year of 2022, start loving yourself and respecting yourself in order to have a better life. Point number 2, saying no. You have something important to do and your friend asks for help. Even though you are on a tight schedule, you say, okay, I'll help you. Is this you? Are you someone like this? Then let me know in the comments. If you are someone like this, then you need to stop this. No is a very healthy word. In fact, no is an important word for healthy relationships. This always yes behavior indicates that you are a people pleaser. That's not a very good personality to have. Saying no to your friend when he asked for help may have created disappointment, but that is temporary, right? But if you keep on saying yes, that can affect you in the long run and can have very negative impact on your life. So start saying no to have a better life. Point number 3, mental health and depression. Mental health is a very important thing in your life. Depressions, mental health disorders is a reality and they are highly prevalent in today's world. Maybe you yourself or your friends or your relatives may be going through very hard times. The lesson that I learned from last year is that they are a reality and they are not a trivial matter. It should be given importance, their worries should be heard and addressed. And you should also try your best to help the person in need. If you are going through tough times or you know someone who is going through such, understand that seeking medical attention is a very brave thing to do and a very good thing to do. So what I have to tell you is that be proud of yourself that how far you have come from the past. Point number 4, financial literacy. This is something most of the young population lack these days. What is financial literacy? Let's look at a simple definition of it. Financial literacy allows an individual to make informed and effective decisions with all of their financial resources. If someone gives you $100,000, how will you spend it effectively? If you have a correct answer for that, then that's your financial literacy. Let's get a little deep into this and try to sort it out. First, we should know what our earnings are, and then we should know where we spend our money. Earning is a chief income source. It may be salary for majority of the population, but as students, it may be your pocket money. Money you got from the Instagram page, the money you got from a YouTube channel, the money you got, by winning that quiz, or the money you got from the cricket tournament, everything comes under the earning section. Now let's look at the other side of it, spending. Where do you spend your money? Differentiating between want and need is a very important thing in controlling your spending habits. If you can understand the difference between what you want and what you need, then you can avoid unnecessary spendings. So earning and spending are the 2 important ideas. Now there are 3 more important ideas that you need to know. That is saving and investing. As the name suggests, it's how you save your money for the future and where you invest in order to grow that money in the future. The next point is borrowing. Borrowing means acquiring debt to create asset. Most students have to borrow student loans to finance their educational goals. So you should have a financial plan for the repayment of your loan. Let's look at it like this. How can I repay my student loan after finishing my studies? If you have an answer for that, then you're good. The next point is protecting. Protecting means dealing with theft, disasters, etc. What happens when you suddenly meet with an illness? What happens if you suddenly meet with an accident and you want a very costly surgery? How are you going to pay for that? That's where insurance, etc. comes into play. So these are the 5 domains of financial literacy: earning, spending, borrowing, saving, investing, and finally protecting. I hope you got the point. If you're a hostler living by the pocket money of your parents, then what I'll recommend is control your spending, Understand where you're spending your money more. To do that, I'll recommend you an app named Money Manager, which I've been using for the past 2 years. No, this video is not sponsored by them. I'm just giving you my personal choice. You can choose any app. There are a lot of apps there, but this is something I use. I've been putting data in it for the past 2 years, and it gives me an idea where I spend my money. And according to my data, it's food. So like this, you will also have various areas where you spend a lot of money, and you can work around there and make plans regarding that, and then avoid unnecessary spending. So best wishes on your financial journey. Point number 5, importance of sleep. When do you sleep? Don't lie. Tell me in the comments. Okay, I'll ask you this question. How many hours of sleep do you get? 8 hours? 7? 6? 5? 4? Lot of us sleep so late in the night. We neglect sleep so much and wake up with a drained body only to complain that I don't have the motivation to do stuff. We forget the scientifically proven fact that sleep is what recharges both our body and our mind. How can you be energized and motivated if you don't sleep properly? Your sleep can affect your brain, your heart, your immune system, and much more. So stop neglecting your sleep. Sleep deprivation can completely ruin your mood and your body. Your body and mind needs rest. Your body and mind needs sleep. Like the first point, self-love. Give yourself more sleep. So the lesson I learned from 2021, stop neglecting your sleep. Point number 6, stop running behind external validation. You get an A on your paper. Your partner tells you you're looking good. Your best friend tells you you did a very good job. These all are examples of external validation, an affirmation from a source outside yourself. This is actually both good and bad. When we are young, these validations create good habits and behaviors in us. But when we are adulting, the process of becoming an adult, this external validation can have a negative impact on our life. Completely relying upon external validation can have negative consequences in your life. We should take instructions and constructive criticism from others in order to collaborate with peers and also grow as an individual. But completely relying on others' validation can ruin your life. Dr. Lisa Stein, a professor of psychology from the Rockhurst University in Missouri, said that if our life plans or even short-term goals are guided by external criteria without a true understanding of what it is that we actually want or what fulfills and satisfies us, then we end up at minimum discontented and happy, and at worst with a midlife crisis or severely depressed. When there is an absence of external validation and you start questioning your own self-worth, then understand that you're extremely reliant upon external validation. That can be really damaging. So what can I do about it? Practice self-validation. Asking yourself what you want, what is your proper values, what are your core beliefs and ideas, and what are your weak points, what is your strength. The next time you find yourself extremely relying upon someone else's external validation or waiting for that praise and well done, or doubting your own self-worth when there is an absence of validation, stop. Take a breath, step back, and try to reimagine that situation from a third person point of view and analyze it with the facts in your hand. Don't analyze it with the emotions and ask why this person's opinion matters, etc. Point number 7, discipline, not motivation. We all hear motivational speeches. Are they interesting? Yes, indeed they are. But motivation is highly overrated. I'm not saying motivation is bad. It's completely overrated. And you know what's underrated? Discipline. One of my favorite quote goes like this: motivation gets you going, but discipline keeps you growing. That's the law of consistency. It doesn't matter how talented you are. It doesn't matter how many opportunities you receive. If you want to grow, consistency is the key. So your motivation will light the fire, but what keeps it burning is discipline. I'll give you an example. We joined the gym and day 1, day 2, day 3 were on time, sometimes 5 minutes early, spending 1 to 2 hours each session, push-ups and pull-ups and building muscles and hearing all this motivational music and upbeat in the ears and everything. In day 5, I'll take a break today and I'll go tomorrow. And you have a meeting tomorrow, so you skip it the next day. And it goes on and time flies by and you haven't entered gym for the past 3 months. I hope you understand this. This is the problem with motivation. That 2-3 days of initial spirit, that's your motivation. But what keeps you going consistently is your discipline. So what you need is not motivation, but discipline. Remember that consistency is the keys to success. And consistency means pain, hard work, disappointment, not getting results in time, etc. So what you have to do is you need to do it even though you don't feel like doing it. Like Mike Tyson said, discipline is doing what you hate to do, but nonetheless doing it like you love it. So even though you hate it, you have to do it. So I'm doing it. So if I wait for a feeling to start doing what I should be doing, then I'm doomed. Instead, without waiting for a feeling, I do what I'm supposed to do, then I'll be successful. So what you need is discipline, not motivation. Point number 8, getting out of your comfort zone. Getting out of your comfort zone can dramatically improve your life. In mid-2021, I received a call from my friend, and he asked me whether I'm interested to be part of an initiative where we teach the first year MBBS students their syllabus like a crash course. Even though I had a lot of doubt, I ended up saying yes for the initiative. Then we had multiple discussions, planning sessions and all, and we finally decided to go forward. We first thought of doing it in Zoom and Google Meet like approach, but then we changed it to app-based approach where we record the videos and upload it in a particular app. Thanks to Almighty and thanks to my hardworking friends, we got very good responses for the app. The initiative is named Fovia, and we give lectures in Malayalam focusing on students of first year MBBS under the Kerala University of Health Sciences. So starting Fovia was an out of comfort zone decision that I took in 2021, and I'm completely happy with it. So when you go out of your comfort zone, that's where your growth exists. Point number 9, reducing friction. Friction is anything that makes any action in your life undesirable by even a minute level. Let me explain this with an example. If you have seen my video on how I make my videos, you'll remember that I stack books as my tripod. If you haven't seen it, you can check the link up there. So since I stack my books in order to shoot my videos, the friction was very high. I have to take my book from the cupboard, put them in a particular order, then put my camera on it, make sure it is not tilted, make sure it's not shaking. I have to do all that, and then I have to shoot. Now this process had a lot of friction. So most of the time, thinking of this long process with all this friction involved, I started getting lazy and I ended up not shooting the videos at all. Why did that happen? Because there was a lot of friction involved. So what did I do about it? I bought a tripod. And now that's easy. I just have to, open the legs, put it in, put my phone on it, done. So the friction have reduced 60-70%. Now that have a huge impact on my video making process, right? So like this, you can reduce the friction in any of the action in your life, and you can make sure that you're doing that habit. If the friction is more, you will not do it. If the friction is less, you will do it. So to make a good habit, reduce the friction. To break a bad habit, increase the friction. What is your bad habit? You're waking up very late. That's a bad habit, right? Turn the alarm on and put the phone 1 to 2 meters away, or the other room or the other table. So when you wake up, you have to walk and get that phone. Waking up from the bed, walking a couple of meters, and then taking the phone and turning off the alarm means more friction. That means increased friction. So you can't sleep. You'll end up waking up. That's how you break a bad habit. So you can apply this in a lot of areas. For example, you're starting to run every morning. You wake up and you're so lazy to put that tracksuit. So what can we do about it? Sleep with the tracksuit. So the next time you wake up, you only have to wear the shoes and start running. So if you wish to do something consistently in your life for the long run, then make sure that you reduce the friction as much as you can in that particular action. Point number 10, focus on the long run. We celebrate the 3rd birthday of my iPad and it's still working fine. It's still rendering all my video edits. It's still able to take notes without any noticeable lag. I was very confused whether I should buy an Apple product which is so costly or set it for something less costly. So I thought that I'll be using this 3 to 5 years in the future, then why should I compromise? I have explained the dilemma that I faced in my video on iPad versus laptop. If you haven't seen that, you can find the link up there. And you can also find it in the description. So getting back, finally I decided to choose the iPad with a little bit of fear in my heart. But looking back, I'm completely satisfied with my choice. So the idea is focus on the long run. For example, when you're learning medicine, don't focus on the exam coming up next week. Focus on the long run. That is, you have to treat a patient. So try to understand it, build the concepts rather than mugging up for the exam. So ask why. Why am I studying this? Why should I study this? Am I studying this to score marks or to treat a patient? Think like that. So if you're buying gadgets like a mobile phone, a tablet or a laptop or something that's going to be with you for the next 3 to 5 years, don't compromise on the quality. Similarly, when taking academic decisions, focus on the long run. For example, which PG should I choose? Which college should I choose? Which degree should I choose? All of these decisions can affect the rest of your life. So make sure that you take a decision by considering the long run and also not compromising on anything. So buy the best, aim the best, and choose the best. So these are the 10 lessons I learned from 2021. If you found value in this video, I'm asking 3 favors from you. Favor number 1, like the video and share the video. When you like it, the algorithm will push it forward and more people will see the channel. That can help me grow. And when you share this video with someone who you think will benefit from this, the purpose of all my hard work is fulfilled. Favor number 2, comment anything you wish to comment, but add a heart into it. Red, black, white, purple, whatever. That will help me understand that you guys stayed till this length of the video, and that creates happiness. And favor number 3, what lesson did you learn from 2021? Let me know in the comments. I will be reading the comments and I will be replying them. If you haven't seen my how I make my videos, also check it out, and you can also check out my video on how I went from last ranker to one among the batch toppers. See you on the next video. Thank you.